Google rolling out new September 2025 OTA update to Pixel 10 and 10 Pro. And if you own a Pixel 10, Pixel 10 Pro, or Pixel 10 Pro XL, then today brings yet another round of improvements because Google has officially started pushing a fresh OTA update this September, continuing its rapid pace of software support for its latest flagship smartphones. And while the Pixel 10 series already shipped with a day one update, making sure users were on Android 16 QPR1 with the August patch right out of the box, Google is not slowing down. As 2 weeks ago, when the big quarterly update was rolled out for older Pixel devices, the Pixel 10 lineup received its own smaller update that bumped them to the September 2025 security patch, delivering a handful of specific fixes to improve the overall experience, including general improvements for system stability and audio performance in certain conditions, a display and graphics fix that resolved an annoying issue where the screen could suddenly turn black when transitioning from a web page inside the in-app browser, and a framework fix that addressed a frustrating bug where the power button would occasionally stop working when the phone was connected to Android Auto while charging via USB-C, showing Google's attention to detail and commitment to ironing out problems quickly for its flagship users. And now Google has released yet another OTA update, labeled BD3A.2507221.001.E1, which may only be around 31 megabytes in size, but carries generic release notes that state, "This update fixes critical bugs and improves the performance and stability of your device," which means even the changelog doesn't look very exciting at first glance. These small patches often contain under-the-hood optimizations that keep your device running smoother and more secure, ensuring that Pixel users continue to enjoy the most refined version of Android available today. And this is one of the advantages of owning a Pixel, because while other brands struggle with delayed updates or inconsistent patches, Google's phones often get multiple updates within the same month, sometimes even back-to-back, ensuring that issues don't linger for too long. And if you consider the history, Pixel devices have always been at the forefront of Android updates, from major OS upgrades to smaller monthly security patches. And the Pixel 10 series continues that tradition by getting the September OTA, which not only improves device stability, but also makes sure that any security vulnerabilities are patched quickly, protecting user data and privacy, which has become increasingly important in today's world where smartphones store almost everything about our personal and professional lives. And for those wondering what practical benefits you get from such a small update, the answer is that sometimes the fixes are not flashy but highly impactful, because performance optimizations can extend battery life, reduce background crashes, and improve heat management, while bug fixes can prevent sudden glitches that frustrate users, like the black screen bug when browsing or the non-responsive power button issue during Android Auto sessions. So even if you don't immediately notice a visual difference, your Pixel is quietly becoming more reliable and polished. And if you're someone who depends on your Pixel 10 or Pixel 10 Pro for daily productivity, entertainment, or photography, every one of these updates adds up to a better overall experience. Especially since Google is clearly prioritizing quick fixes and performance stability in these initial months after launch, making sure that early adopters of the Pixel 10 lineup feel supported and valued. And this is crucial because Google is pushing hard against competition from Samsung, Apple, and other Android OEMs, all which are battling for dominance in the premium smartphone market. And Google's weapon has always been a combination of clean Android, exclusive AI features, and the fastest updates. So seeing this cadence of patches just reinforces why the Pixel experience is unique. And beyond stability, it's worth remembering that Pixel devices often receive hidden improvements in these OTA updates that tie into AI-powered features, camera enhancements, or system optimizations that might not even be listed in the changelog, but users begin to notice over time, like better HDR processing, more reliable portrait shots, faster app launch speeds, or more consistent connectivity with Wi-Fi and 5G, which makes every update worth installing as soon as it rolls out. And this September 2025 OTA update is no exception, as it not only addresses critical bugs, but also continues laying the groundwork for Android 16 QPR1's refinements, proving that Google wants the Pixel 10, Pixel 10 Pro, and Pixel 10 Pro XL to be as smooth, reliable, and secure as possible right from the start. And while the Pixel 10 series already shipped in a very stable state, the fact that We're seeing multiple patches in quick succession shows that Google is proactively improving the user experience rather than waiting for complaints to pile up, which is something other OEMs could learn from. And if history is any guide, we can expect more small incremental updates in the months ahead, possibly leading to bigger feature drops packed with new AI capabilities, camera tricks, and quality of life enhancements that Google likes to roll out exclusively for Pixel users. So while this particular update might just look like a small 31 megabytes patch, the reality is that it's part of a bigger story about how Google treats its flagship devices. And for users who invest in the Pixel 10 family, that's very reassuring, because it shows Google is keeping its promise of fast, reliable updates, ensuring that your phone doesn't just stay secure, but also gets better over time. So if you're a Pixel 10 owner, go ahead and install the September OTA update as soon as it hits your device, because every little patch makes your phone more future-proof, more stable, and more enjoyable to use. And that's the magic of Pixel software support. And with that said, this wraps up today's breakdown of the new September 2025 OTA update rolling out to the Pixel 10 series. So make sure you stay tuned for more updates, leaks, reviews, and deep dives into the world of Android. And as always, this is TechVerse.